名字的话就是砍刀遇斧头针锋相对吧，因为我们的队员其实打到 IG 也是比较来劲的。
Machete meets the axe here, and going into a game 3 between RNG and IG definitely feels like it.
Who's the machete?
I guess RNG's the machete, right? Swift blows, and then eventually IG takes a while, but the axe comes down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lyric, hysterics. Welcome to all our LCK fans who have now come to the better side, because of course RNG and IG are going all the way here between two very well-known organizations. In Game 2, if you missed out, you'll see the MVP on your screen. It's going to be a very well-deserved MVP to Xiaolong Bao, who got the game off early and made this Rek'Sai work.
I mean, it's something we've realized is that if you allow RNG to get these early game-oriented picks, especially Xiaohu and Xiaolong Bao know how to execute and create these picks on the map like we see right here.
I mean, it was the first 20 minutes of the game where Xiaolong Bao dictated the pace. He walked over Ning, and even though these fights came back, now with Xiaohu, you talked about the 2v2. It was a very strong duo relationship that brought RNG to a Game 2 victory.
Yeah, and the thing that's nice to see is, you know, of course, their comp should be able to get ahead early on, but they were willing to accept that burden of execution, and, you know, they executed.
I mean, it was New who came in as well, like at the end of the day, and all the members of RNG working in fruition is a good sign, right? And Game 1 doing what they couldn't do. And now we go to a Game 3 where everything's up in the air. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. IG have been behind 8k gold at 25 minutes every single game now. So Game 3, probably going to be the same, and we'll just see if they can come back.
Or we see, like, IG, you know, take off the weighted vest, drop the weights from their arms, and, you know, become unleashed.
Like Rock Lee, right?
Yeah.
You watch some Naruto. All right, your inner weep coming out for Game 3. I like it, I like it.
How do you know I'm not just making a reference to some 1980s boxing movie?
Because you don't watch that either. You only watch League of Legends, you told me.
I mean, the only, like, 1980s boxing movies I know are the Rocky movies anyway. So.
Yeah. And then...
That's it.
That's it.
That's all you know, too.
I feel like maybe that's it. Are there any others? I'm sure there are. I'll tell you a very good movie. If you watch Ip Man is very good. All three. I don't know if anyone's interested in that. Anyway, welcome. IG.
Same as Game 1.
Same as Game 1 have opted in.
Yep. And we have the same bans thus far as well as Game 1. I want to see if IG goes back to the Nidalee or if they change it up, since obviously RNG didn't pick the Nidalee last time around.
Yep. Obviously, RNG very scared of giving the Aphelios over and the Callista to the Shy.
The question is, ooh.
Hang on.
Now what does RNG ban? Do they ban the Ezreal? Do they ban the Syndra, which is what we saw rookie pick Game 1? And man, okay, I was going to say, thank God. I don't want to see rookie Syndra get her. I do, but RNG shouldn't want to see rookie Syndra.
Is the Ezreal first pick the way to go then for IG?
I would say no. Yep, there we go, because there's still other champions, even things like the Varus, which we did see get picked up the past 2 days. Even if it's not like an S-tier champion anymore, you still can go towards that lethal tempo on-hit route.
Yep. We'll see. Volibear has been high priority.
We're in uncharted territories on this patch. So we have Volibear. Now the question is, where does RNG answer? I was going to say, I expect jungle. Jungle blind is kind of the safest option. We do have the Graves open. This Nidalee, we hyped it up last time around, and Xiaolong Bao is so good on this pick, and it's typically why RNG have this champion banned against them.
Yep. 5th game here for Xiaolong Bao. What's going to be partnered up?
The other typical blind would be AD carry, and now it's going to be all about preference, right? RNG could go with something like a Senna, which we've been seeing more of on this patch. You could take the Ezreal away yourself, start building towards a poke comp.
Gala hasn't been an Ezreal player.
Yeah, the only other thing I'd say is, again, you just accept the Varus pick. But no, so they are keeping Gala on the late game-oriented AD carries and want him to be their insurance policy for later on.
But usually we've seen it partnered up with something to support. Now, IG flaunting it around. But as we saw in the first ban phase of Game 2, it was taking away Baolan's Bard.
Both games. They banned it out both games. They truly respect Baolan's Bard. And again, it's his most played champion this split. He hasn't played that many games, played it 3 times. And now we have some playmaking and pick potential coming out from IG's bot lane. And this is great because we've seen Baolan knows how to roam around the map and, you know, link up with Ning, use that jungle support synergy, make plays. They're not playing for Puff. So this is the type of champion that fits his style so well.
Now, normally I'd criticize this, but the final pick of the first phase means that RNG can ban out the Shy's Quinn, which he's played so many damn times in the LPL.
And they're going to. Like, there's no question in my mind. If they don't ban out Quinn, it makes no sense. I don't particularly like the Quinn too much in this meta because just sticking to full-on side lanes is really hard. But still, no one should let the Shy play Quinn.
There you go. All right, so now that that's off the table, we'll see what the Shy ends up taking into the matchup. But that's going to be their focus, while for IG, Ming's best champion in the Nautilus is the first to go.
Yeah, and again, you would expect RNG to go for support on Force since IG have already picked the Bard. You don't have any real reason to blind mid yet. Leave that counter pick for Xiaohu.
Is there another 80 carry you'd take up there?
Oh, you mean the top lane? I'm like,
Yep.
what are you talking about? No, I was gonna say if you do ban an 80 carry, it'd probably be something like the Lucian, but again, I look at the Shy solo queue quite frequently, and he's not really playing a lot of Lucian right now.
Just a bit of a surprise. But, okay. We've gotten rid of the Mordekaiser, which he's played 2 times in his career. Double support ban for Invictus Gaming, first pick, Lyric. I know we're running with the punches here.
It would fit their comp of, again, you have a lot of champions that want to dive in together onto what IG have drafted, so Renekton jumps in, Kai'Sa jumps in, Set will go in as well. And it is a very Ming-esque champion because after Nautilus, he's played everything about the same.
Yep.
Karma 3 games, Leona 3 games, Thresh 3 games, Set 3 games. So Ming is a man of many talents.
IG have to round out their comp now. Put
I
all
like
cards on
this
the table.
because we just talked about RNG's comp. All just wants to jump into what IG have picked. Emperor's Divide pushing everyone away, giving Rookie and Puff the room to deal the damage.
Yep.
That's great. And look, we don't even have really set lockdown for the side of RNG. It's just Set and Renekton, even Italy, just have to run forward. There's no like hard CC or great dash on top of them.
Even this fits into the Azir as well. The Shy, one of his favorites of the past, has been this Gnar.
It's been one of his favorites to split as well.
Yep.
His 4th game on the champion. Actually, 2nd most played now after the Jace.
Got buffed. The hop gives more attack speed.
Yes,
So-
it does. And now it's about where does Xiaohu want to go in the middle. I feel like you need to commit to Snowball. You need to pick something more early game oriented. I'm sorry.
There you go.
Ooh, wait.
You want a snowball? You're going to roll with it with the Pantheon?
Well, this even
Middle
makes me
support.
wonder. That's what I don't know. I was going to say, I don't know if this is mid or support. We could see Set go towards the mid lane, play this wave clear style, and really just hover for the Nidalee. It's what I would expect because right now you're seeing a lot of supports play Pantheon. We talked about this the other week. I've been seeing a lot of supports play not only like Pantheon Kalista, Pantheon Senna, but a lot of Pantheon Kai'Sa as well.
Okay.
Do we commit?
10 seconds to find out.
I mean, Pantheon against Azir does not sound fun. To where at least Set can kind of ignore the Azir, throw out the haymakers, play a non-interactive laning phase, just leaning for his Nidalee.
Mine, here we go.
Yep, so we get
Locked
it.
in. All right, so shame I have to ask, but RNG, I mean, there's a bit more global with the Pantheon, but snowballing the lanes seems to be the way to go.
So we'll use the word snowball, but then 2 keywords I want to keep in mind are skirmish and dive.
Okay.
Because not necessarily dive turrets, but dive onto the back line of IG. Like a very coordinated jump in of, like Renekton E'ing in, maybe Set coming in off a flank, Pantheon ultimate, Kai'Sa going in as well. We need to see the coordination come out for RNG with this composition. And as you talked about, they do have a global, so we're going to have kill pressure in the bot lane very early on. They could find kill spot, then try to transfer that pressure around the map, especially into mid lane.
Kill pressure on the bot.
Whenever you see Pantheon, one thing you need to keep your eye on is this bot lane wants 2v2 kills or their jungle to come gank early.
Ming's done this before. It's RNG and IG. It's game 3, where all punches being laid on out here between the rivals. 2020 summer. I saw the little figurine that time. As we go into game 3, we have our Jayos at the ready. And we have RNG currently sitting at 5-5 here in the LPL. 8-3 for Invictus Gaming. If they win this series, they'll be at 9. The only team at 9 in the LPL. Comes down to this and another rivalry which we get excited about here in the LPL coming to a close.
So I want to set 2 very clear identities early on for these teams.
Please.
In that IG, we look at IG are definitely going to win the scaling battle, so scaling is the keyword for the side of IG. You do have potential to make plays, especially if Balan can get unlocked in that bot lane, and start making roams, trying to affect, whether it's like looking for a Rift Herald play on top side, looking for a Tempered Fate mid with Ning. You have certain options, but you don't necessarily need to do it. You're going to outscale. We talked about the Emperor's Divide especially does a great job of keeping away members like new Xiaolong bound Xiaohu, so that's there. For RNG, early game snowballing, we've already used the word like dive and skirmish. They need to be able to find a lead, especially through the spot lane.
If Balan walks on in, well, you'll find a bit of damage. One more here as the binding does connect from Balan to send the trade back, but half health already for the Bard at level 1.
And then start snowballing this around the map. You have great setup in both top and bot.
Hang on. Sorry, continue.
Because you think about it, right? We have a ton of mixed damage. Actually, all mixed damage because the only AP in your comp is your jungle. So any lane he ganks, he has mixed damage there. You have lockdown in topside, Renekton W into Nidalee Spear. We've actually seen this bot lane combo come out from RNG, not Kai'Sa Pantheon, but yeah, but it was Nidalee Pantheon, right? And we saw a point-and-click W into Spear, guaranteed kill every single time.
The kill threat was insane. I remember.
And the only lane you don't expect him to look towards is mid because you don't have really clear lockdown. You could go, get a bit more trading.
Good trades like you talked about.
You could go flash E from set into Nidalee Spear, but that's not guaranteed. So I think you have Xiaohu just try to ignore laning phase, right? You're going to get pushed in a bit. You're going to throw out haymakers, try to ignore the lane, and look for plays like we see on our screen right now.
Lumbar heading to the top lane. New is at half health, but his Fury is up and ready, and the Shy's about to go out of Mega. He flashes. It's matched by RNG. The Spear connects, and the Shy will die. First blood over to Xiaolongbao again.
It's as easy as it can be, right? W from the Renekton into the Spear from Nidalee. It's just pretty much a guaranteed kill, and oh, wow. The Shy's TPing back. Huh, well, I was wondering if we'd see New be able to channel a TP right away and them try to force a regank onto the Shy, but not able to do that. The Shy also, again, one of the adaptations we've seen him make is now he does actually buy wards and does put them down right when he returns to lane. Because, as you can see, getting a control ward in the Tri-Brush.
I'm pretty sure he's sick of dying and having his career deaths be greater than his career kills.
He is sick of being memed because the world knows we've memed the Shy quite a bit.
And in this series already, I think we've said a couple of things. So in Game 3, he wants to go against that, but will be the first death. And going over to Xiaolongbao, I mean, what we've seen out of the top-tier Nidalees in the LPLs, we don't have that supportive build. It's the Lich Bane, Zhonya's Hourglass. You know, even seeing something crazy like a Rabadon's, we get the full AP Nidalee that'll just take over games. Yeah,
we do typically also, you know, just get the Athenes just for the
we get
heals.
A bit of both.
But that's it, right? You just get that for the heals. And now I want to see if Xiaolongbao will make his way down bot because obviously with Nidalee he does have good terrain scaling. We'll just be able to jump over that wall and find his way into brush. But as we just see, guess what? You look at RNG's comp, it's very telegraphed what it wants to do. We see Balan place down that ward over the wall. Of course, IG do have a control ward.
Ning is coming topside though for New.
Oh, we saw this game one. It did not look good.
Flash underneath the turret. The Sky Splitter gives the shield. Redemption arc here for IG.
Exactly. We saw this exact same gank in game one. Ning went down himself, not New. This time is able to make it work. We're sitting 1-for-1 in kills. We're sitting 1-for-1 in series. It's going to be really interesting.
Junglers with both of them here while we're just having a look at Xiao, who take damage mid in the meanwhile.
In very different comps. I would say, again, IG keep going towards they have scaling elements. Ooh, they want to play out team fights. But for RNG, full-on early pressure.
Which is the way these games have been going. Puff narrowly misses out from the damage there. But you see the combo out of this bottom lane, and Garlet layers down the W, but we'll have a look at this gank again because it was under turret, and New went too far.
Yep, the Shy kind of baiting him in, honestly, and Ning flashing in, hits the Q. Also, the Sky Splitter, as you said. Great W coming out in the end to finish it off.
And picks up the kill. Also is ahead in the jungle as well due to the nature of the volley bears clear. So Ning fills an early lead here. And gold dead even.
Just to refresh everyone, once again, we are in patch 10.14. Ezreal does have a small nerf. Actually, I'd say a pretty sizable nerf, honestly. Saying small. His E cooldown got 3 seconds out at all ranks. Volley Bear also got a nerf, base attack speed nerfed, as well as his W heal in the jungle. So both champions going to be hit just a tad bit. Again, I actually think it's pretty big for Ezreal. We won't see teams, unlike Top Esports and IG, pick it up. I think those will be two of our only ones because those two guys really love Ezreal. Volley Bear will still be a standard pick in this meta, though.
Definitely will be. Hey, we've got some attention top from Ning once again, though.
And remember we talked about with Balan, right? Moving around the map.
New went forward. Ning just went over a ward, and you said Balan's here as well. New is in so much trouble without a flash. He's just dead. Will take the kill, and a mistake by the RNG top laner is not good.
No, I mean, we said early game. We said snowballing, need an advantage. RNG not necessarily finding that. Sure, a dragon's going to be great, but ultimately, if nothing is happening, that is good for the side of IG.
I mean, IG up about 100 gold, okay? So
I love how Puff just knows his role on this team.
Yep. Lose CS, lose time as Rookie has found Xiaohu, the set against the wall. But we talked about RNG's proactiveness. IG trying to disengage this one. Sky Splitter going to poke them out as well. And, there's no buff there to take, while Puff is able to return back to lane.
And let's remember, last time we saw this Nidalee Pantheon combo, by this point we already had numerous kills in the bot lane.
Yep.
This time around we have nothing.
We know Pantheon falls off a cliff.
Yeah, Pantheon I feel like in the late game functions like similar to a Lee Sin in the sense that you're just playing a peeling role.
Yeah.
You're just trying, you know, you have the stun, you stand next to your AD carry, you also have your E as well. So, not a great champion in the late game. Does provide a bit of use.
Guess if you had a squishy AD carry that didn't build armor, it'd be better.
At the same time, a 0-2 Renekton going into the late game does not sound like fun.
Yes. As we already talked about the snowballing effect that needs to come through from RNG and how IG are going to play this game. Well, so far you can see a lot of success up in that top lane for Invictus Gaming. The Shy, despite getting first blooded, up in CS by 15 against New. And Ninja Tabi was picked up by the Renekton as his first back. It's
also incredibly important in that top side because this matchup is also very, again, I like to use the term fragile. Who can never break out ahead typically will stay ahead the whole rest of the time. Renekton really needs to get ahead to be able to win out in that 1v1 later on. Of course, Gnar will just outright outscale him. So the fact that the Shy got such a big early lead and isn't feeling threatened by the Shy is massive for this Gnar.
We'll also keep good tracking of Xiaolongbao, which I feel like with everything we've talked about in the early game, tracking Xiaolongbao is what IG need to do.
Yeah, and again, they've done a great job of it so far, and now we see IG just committing everyone to the top side for Herald. Actually, look on the minimap, everyone from RG.
Dominus was used. The Shy knows Xiaolongbao's here anyway. New tempting the solo kill. Flash is available. Mega Gnar almost there. He wants to dive. The Turret Bat Ning comes in. Over through the magical journey. New will get the kill, but he's gone too far. Was that worth it, Lyric? You're going to tell me in a second as New might have the healing up. Slice and Dice is available over the wall with the ulti. And Ning wants to give the kill to Puff. It's taken a while. Somebody kill him. And he goes down.
Like, in the end, it was worth in the sense that you also burnt Ning's ult. But that just kind of looked like tilt to me. I mean, very frustrated that he's getting ganked over and over again. Committed so deep to killing the Shy when he knew for sure he would go down too. Now they're going to end up losing out on this Herald. They are still posturing like they want to contest. We see Xiaolongbao coming back up. New does not have TP.
Here comes RNG. Ning and Baolan, the other ones here for now. Rookie's on his way. They pull the Herald out towards topside where Puff is waiting. Xiaohu going head first with only the Bammy Cinder. Xiaolongbao is now here. The eye just needs to be hit. It's RNG getting more control. Rookie's ready to head in on him himself.
We either need to see Xiaohu get Puff or Rookie with an ultimate or Ming flash W.
Poke damage coming through from Puff. Xiaolongbao moving into the pit, but the smite was too early. Oh, Xiaolongbao loses the objective, just goes over to Ning easily.
I mean, overall, that's so big for the side of IG, right? They don't need these. They need to take these objectives away from RNG so RNG can't snowball. RNG needed that Herald. The Renekton now feels so useless. And we've set up no kills with this Pantheon thus far. All of our eggs are going into the Gala basket. And just when we look at draft toe-to-toe, right? It doesn't look like Gala's going to be set up to succeed against IG's comp.
If he runs into that back line and there's no one there with him, he's dead.
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Well, you can say for sure that RNG, they're on the edge here in game number 3, which is a bit of a, what's the word?
Great job seeing the Shy, just perfectly E away from the Slice and Dice from New. Always fun to see matchups like this played. Again, it is a matchup that is very back and forth in a sense.
True.
If one can find a solo kill on the other, it is so massive.
As we're at the point of 10 minutes, 11 minutes in the game here where Ming is getting close towards his ulti. Balan's hit his, which is good disengage tools. The hop away once again. Dominus, the solo kill ready because Mega Gnar is not available. The Shy walking down to River. He wants to kite this one away. New does not have flash and Hyper's going to give him the movement speed. New against the Gnar. One more Q for the Boomerang. Auto number 1, auto number 2, and the Shy ready to send out the Q. All he needs is that Boomerang once more. And the hop, Q, dodged by New, and This is the volatility of the matchup, as you said.
Oh, Ezreal!
Here we go, True Shot Barrage! Insult to injury, New now 1 and 4. And we're dragon fighting here. Meanwhile, Ming sent into the middle. IG getting pulled on in. Baolan against the wall. Flashes over, but will die. The dragon was secured by Ning, and IG are fighting in the early game, Lyric. The Shy has ulti. Rather, used it before, excuse me. Xiaohu going to be flashing away from this one. And Dragon was also taken by IG.
I mean, RNG are just falling so far. We have a 1 and 4 Renekton. We have a 1-4 Renekton. We have no kills on our... Okay, we have 1 kill on our Kai'Sa, but not really anything coming out from our Pantheon. We don't see Nidalee really able to get far ahead. And once again, this feels like one of those things where I've had this with pro players where they fall so far behind themselves, they feel like they need to compensate to get back in the game. Overcompensate.
Xiaolongbao got hit with that ulti. Where was the communication?
That is true.
Are you saying ulti, True Shot Barrage coming up, move?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Overall, no, that's a great point. I mean, where's the communication? Where's the team mindset at? Because at least you can see from New, it is not there.
Kind of a rendition of how this Game 3's gone for RNG. The top side is crumbling, and the Shy's going to facilitate such a different role in the late game.
Exactly, and again, this goes back to players to make like global references to like Huni, to where I'm pretty sure he said this in previous years in interviews, to where he'll fall behind and he feels like he needs to get himself back in the game. He needs to make something happen. He needs to find his own advantage.
Yep.
And it really looks like that's what New feels like he needs to do. Again, you're on the Renekton, so I can understand the pressure of feeling like, I need to make something happen. Oh god, I'm behind. I truly need to get back in this game. But it's just working in favor of IG at this point.
The downside of Renekton, as we've seen, is Rookie doesn't actually get away with the E. A soldier was right in front of him. Xiaolongbao ready for the Javelin toss.
Oh,
Here comes the Pantheon ulti. Rookie has no flash as well. Locked down, and finally, RNG's comp doing what it should.
We've been waiting 13 minutes and 29 seconds, but we finally got the play we wanted to see. IG going to get a bit of pressure in the bot side. Not going to be able to take the turret, but at least going to get some plate gold. Ming is coming back around.
See, Justice turret plating expiring as well. So Herald gets the charge, bit of gold over to this Ezreal, who's already 2-0. Ming going in. True Shot Barrage blocked nicely, but the poke, forward they go, and Ming, what the heck are you doing?
RNG in Game 3 is hysterics. I just don't understand. We've seen this story time and time and time and time again.
And look at how active IG are. Xiaolongbao blast cone denied by Baolan's gorgeous ulti. Even the teleport going to be channeled in, and Nick walks away. That was the set. Who's just going to back away anyway, and we just go back topside because IG across the map are matching pound for pound with RNG.
And remember I said coming into this game, IG are going to drop the training weights, and they're not going to go to an 8K gold deficit this time around. And
put the weights back on.
Once again, we're seeing it, despite the fact that they do go this more scaling-oriented draft, staying even, and mostly from the misplays of RNG, but IG also playing quite well themselves.
I mean, at this point, with the turret going down, IG have a gold lead, but the AD carry in Puff is so much further ahead than Gala, thanks to the kills.
And who would have... watching... Oh, God.
Oh, New. Oh, New. Okay, the Shy. He's just going to walk away, but anyway.
But the thing is, if the Shy went for it, that's like a normal day at the office for the Shy.
That's true.
That's your typical Tuesday.
He went into Dominus.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
maybe he expected that Ning could potentially be here because
Ning
he
is
wasn't
on his
showing
way
the
up,
map.
yeah. And Meganar is coming soon. The Javelin toss hits, though, into Mega for the health. The Shy is against the wall.
That was so clean.
Not good. Or rather, it was clean from RNG, excuse me. Here comes Ning, though, as the poke eventually does kill him. And New, against the minions, will now die as well.
Like, that was great by Xiaolongbao knowing, like, he couldn't jump in.
True.
The Shy was, of course, going to ult him into the wall, waited it out, baited it out, ends up being a 1-for-1, but...
Xiaohu's pathing here, maybe just a bait in Ning, but Baolan's in as well.
And then Ming, everyone's coming.
Cosmic Binding doesn't connect. Rookie takes the Javelin toss through the magical journey. Baolan ready. Everyone ready to fight once again. And we get a trade of top laners once more.
And this goes back to what I was about to say when... Can you imagine telling people in 2019 that Baolan would come back into the roster.
And be better than all this
It'd be
before.
good. Well, even imagine last year where, let's all be honest, we all watched Vici and were hyped for Puff and Southwind. We all thought that they could be a pretty good bot lane.
Yep.
And then Baolan comes in much better than Southwind, synergizes so well with Ning, and really understands what this team needs.
Fade out, though. Let's watch Ming, because he's now cornered against the wall.
And
nice
there we go.
execution.
That's the Baolan we're talking about. He autoed.
He ulted.
He did ult. Didn't hit. But, you know, it was a zoning ultimate. He throws the ultimate. Ming, I'm sorry, is like, oh, God, I need to walk into Rookie. No good option. All set up by our man playing the Bard.
Early game has just gone down the toilet, it feels like, really, at this point. Because we're moving into a strong mid where IG have a gold lead. They've got the Rift Herald. They've got Dragons available. Now, this one will be taken by RNG, but no! Rookie takes it! Shallenbao has Smite. What the heck is RNG doing?
There's no answers, Hysterics. I have no words for what RNG is doing because it doesn't seem like RNG really knows what they're doing. And it's so disappointing. It's so sad to see.
After this series.
Like, game 1, early game. RNG were winning 10K game 1. Game 2, RNG once again get 10K gold lead, cleanly finish the game. This game, RNG just doesn't show up. They go for this draft, which, again, you said we got a ton of LCK fans coming in. They're like, what is this? What is this Renekton, this Pantheon, this Italy? This is horrible. And RNG proving them right. I was excited because RNG typically executes these drafts so well.
Yeah.
These are typically the ones RNG does best.
We've seen the early game through multiple drafts from RNG so far, right? And we expect the comp that is designed to play the early game better would enhance the already great-looking RNG. Yeah, but opposite, apparently. So they need to go back to the drafts that aren't all in.
The one thing that this also does show, though, is RNG have always done better when Xiaohu's on a pick that can influence. Ooh.
Hang on, we have to pause as usual with this series. Is Shallenbao ready for the Javelin toss? 3 people are here. Needs to go into Mega now, you're right, and he has the ulti. Can Shallenbao dodge this one? Is into Mega. Sent him against all. That was not the greatest, but the Shy now an angry dinosaur walking against Turret, the Haymaker to get the kill. And RNG, meanwhile, losing their turret at the cost of the Shy's life. They will look for bottom in the meantime, but Inner being pressured.
Oh!
Tempered Fade actually getting onto Ming. Ning coming in. Ning versus Ming, old buddies. And against the wall with the Pantheon as Baolan will die. Rookie's ignited. Will he die himself? Yes, Gala even flashes over the wall, but Puff and Ning match. And this game is getting messy. I love it.
Oh, New looking for something cheeky.
He doesn't have Dominus, but he wants Puff. Flashes away immediately. Xiaohu ready to chase too. They want to take this. It's Invictus Gaming. You know they want to fight.
I also feel like they can win this, honestly.
Yeah? Okay.
I mean,
a 5-0 Ezreal would probably do damage.
Is New a champion at this point in the game?
That's also true.
But, I feel like, oh
no.
God,
Shallenbao, arcade shift. He just got dunked. Here comes Ming, but I don't think Ming wants to be here. Shield goes up, teleport in the back line. This is LPL. True Shot Barrage misses, but you know what? Rookie will not. In against with the shield. Ming dies. Puff has 7 kills. RNG, say goodnight.
And I just need to say it once again. We are the funnest league to watch in the world. What is even going on? Just non-stop action. someone's coming in, someone's going out. Non-stop fights, non-stop kills. But ultimately, IG are working their way up to that 9-3 scoreline. Like you said, the first team to hit the 9 series score mark.
Which should be guaranteed for playoffs, all things considered, right?
Yep, give that context once again.
Not confirmed at the moment in spring. Well, not at the moment. You know what I'm saying? 2020 spring, 9 was the cutoff point. 9 was the guarantee for playoffs. So
8 wins was our 8th seed coming in. Yep. So IG going to look quite good.
But this was interesting.
This is like I said, right? They're so far ahead. New especially so far behind. Even Ming, right? Ming's not much of a champion at this point. He's pretty much a CC bot. So comes in. Puff does a ton of damage. Puff is also so far ahead, you know, to the opposite side of that. Rookie TP's in, has the damage. They finish him off. And
Rookie doesn't get the kills, though, because it's all about Puff.
No, I mean, and the thing is, look at kill participation. Rookie's only been involved in 4.
Yep.
Puff has been involved in 8. This has been all about Puff and Ning. This has been the Puff and Ning show, which who would have believed that weeks ago?
We've been critical of Puff in the past, right? Where we talk about him as an AD carry and his playstyle in IG.
But this is also why Puff thrives on Ezreal despite it being nerfed. Because let's also remember, this has not really been Puff being aggressive.
Yep.
It's been RNG funneling into Puff and Puff just playing really well at, you know, eating around that, outplaying those engages, that's where Puff thrives. Puff doesn't want to go forward. Puff wants to go backwards. If he can kite out, he will play quite well.
Wants you to come to him. And
Exactly.
RNG have been trying to get to him the whole game long. 3 items down with Blade of the Wrong King, and Balan threatening with the ulti on Shalom Bell. Now, the Tempered Fate is down in the face of this Baron, but IG have other plans. They got an Ocean Dragon in 30 seconds. Oh no, Ocean on an Azir and Ezreal and a Gnar.
On a
no.
Volley Bear, too.
Oh.
On
On everyone. And you know what? Magical Journey onto Xiaohu. He's going to be poked down. Haymaker flash with the Facebreaker, but no one's here. Sent back into the team. Gnar against the wall. And the Shy only needs one good ulti in the face of RNG, who should be strong now. Gala trying his heart out, but this one was in the bin a while ago. It only became reality as the ace comes through.
And Game 3 has just been all IG. Again, the Game 1 and Game 2 gold deficits, those were just training in preparation for this game. This should be a guaranteed inhibitor as well as that Ocean Drake like you talked about.
If death timers were longer, this would be the game right here. But it's 22 minutes in, a 6k gold lead. Ocean being taken by Ning. And everything coming up Millhouse for Invictus Gaming.
And this has been a rough one to watch for RNG fans out there because...
They're just like, it's a day in the office.
Well, exactly, because... And again, coming into this day, I was the only one who predicted RNG to win this series because every series we get a game, or again, a series in their last one was a win, where, or at least one before Suning, where they come out ahead. Yeah. We see here, Xiaohu gets engaged on, really doesn't have any good options. Woo! IG's comp relative to what RNG have is just so far ahead at this point. There's the massive Gnar ult that you talked about, and very easy for IG to just finish this fight off with how tanky the Shy and Ning are. And it doesn't even matter that the 2 carries went down in the end because, again, Ning and the Shy just have so much more gold. Even the Shy has a ton of damage, right? He went to Blade of the Rune King, has the Black Cleaver.
True. I feel sorry for Gala. I mean, Gala is the person who has to clean up these kills, and Gala's in such a difficult position. What are your thoughts?
The problem with that is this team, there's something like systematically wrong with RNG.
Okay. Hang on. Let's pause. We'll find out what that is later. Ming has ulted in to maybe die in a second. He flashes over the wall. Now in a numbers disadvantage as IG channel on through. Balan's ulti almost locks down Rookie, who gets stopped midway. Empress divide against wall, and RNG actually get the Azir. But meanwhile on the backside, they have to worry about Puff, who's running forward, flashes forward. Arcane shifts everywhere with a nice little Q. Keep giving gold over to Puff because RNG are not going to be able to deal with him anymore.
IG can just end.
Forward they go. Ming is trying to delay them. But you know what? IG don't want to end. They want the kills. Ming is actually just going to die to Balan and the Wolves.
Now they're just going to do Baron. Again, we're gonna get a Baron. We're going to get a reset. We're going to get a Baron push. And this game's been done and dusted for a while.
It has, but it is fun to cast this.
It is. It is really exciting. And again, I want to go back to the point that RNG is just such a hard team to nail down what their issues are. Because, again, you see so many games like Game 2 of this series. You see so many. Yeah. There's so many this split and this season. But, again, at the end of the day, if they're not able to close out the series, it doesn't mean anything.
What this team needs is a strong voice.
Yes.
Leadership.
Yes.
What did Uzi provide apart from individual skill? Leadership and a strong voice.
Get in there.
You know what?
Get in there.
You know what? Headsets off.
But here we go. I mean, IG are ahead. They go for this fight. They do kill Rookie at first. Things look kind of promising if you think there's a chance, but realistically there isn't. Puff ease forward. He also flashes forward. We do see News able to finish off the Shy in the back, but again, IG get Baron, and IG are going to move forward.
8k gold lead with Baron, putting the nail in this coffin. Has never been so easy. They've been dead the whole game.
We need like the old CSGO way of where you can have your coaches in comms.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what RNG need. RNG needs someone just helping be a strong voice, give some guidance. And again, sure, you could criticize this draft. That would be fine, but at least the draft has a clear identity. Whether it's good or bad is not something I will judge, but
it fits into the game plan that RNG employed in both Game 1 and 2.
We've seen them do this time and time again. The only thing I don't necessarily like about it is Xiaohu on set for the purpose that it does feel like Xiaohu needs to be on something that can provide an impact to where...
Agreed. Uh-oh. Hang on, I think the game's just going to end here.
The game's just going to end.
We're going to have a conversation later because news of half health with the Shy hitting backline. About to go Mega again, and with the Baron buffer, broken inhibitor, both bot and mid. IG want to put the finishing touches on. And every time this matchup comes through, it feels like RNG step one up. But in game 3, they've been dismantled as Gala goes to his death. It's a flank from many angles for RNG, but it's their base that's about to crumble as Ming goes down anyway. Puffs at full health. Xiao getting poked down. The Nexus exposed. And Invictus Gaming will move to the top of the standings in front of their old nemesis in Royal Never Give Up.
And IG somehow pull through, we're going to say, being down 20,000 gold throughout this series to coming out with a 2-1 victory. And Rookie, as always, putting up great performance, especially in that game 1. If you didn't see that, Rookie pretty much single-handedly carried this team as he has done time and time again.
That's right.
Ning having some good performances in the series as a whole. Balan as well. So amazing to see this guy back on the roster. And game 3, guess what? 2 members we don't get to highlight all too much got the shine in Puff and the Shy. Even Ning, I think, this game 3, man. This game 3 was everyone except Rookie really popping off.
Yeah.
Which is a crazy story for IG.
Rookie got to sit back and be like, okay, guys.
Oh, this is what it's like.
You know, game 1 and 2, I did a lot. Just let me have a break, man. And from the best mid laner.
From the synergies with hair colors.
That's it.
Coming through, getting some series wins.
I mean, Invictus Gaming now 9-3. 9-3 at the top of the LPL standings. And once again, IG come out of nowhere and rise to the charts. So props to them for a very entertaining series.
I do want to take a step back and say,
Sure.
because there's a lot of people I've seen who say IG fell apart the second Jackie Love left.
Yeah.
I do feel like that is a bit of rewriting history because
That's bullshit.
this team went 14-2
Yeah.
in spring. 14-2 with a similar roster. Obviously, they had Southwind, and Balan looks much better. Honestly, Balan works with this team well. The dynamic is better.
Remember last time we saw Balan in 2019 summer? It was like, wow, Balan seems to be a problem.
Man, I
in
remember
this team.
watching like
At
you
Worlds.
and Raz, you and Clement talk about this team, and I'm just like, ooh, I don't feel sorry for those guys.
I'm pretty sure, as long as I'm not misquoting with Raz and Clement, they were not too fond on Balan as well from memory. So there were a lot
He just wasn't playing well last year.
No, he was super inconsistent. He was
Yeah.
very much the Shy of the bottom lane. So the issues that have suddenly disappeared makes it look like Balan like he was in 2018
And
World.
The thing that's best about him, too, is he just has so much better synergy with the team than the other supports does. And let's be honest,
With Ning.
for Southwind, I don't think there's much of an excuse with how much playtime he's gotten. But for Reheal, there's a bit of an excuse. He's a new player. He's coming up. You know, he's only had a few games. So the fact that Balan does step in, works well with Ning, works well with Rookie, understands how Puff works in this team. You're not playing for bot. It's great.
I am disappointed with RNG, but to be fair, we've had this experience quite a lot.
I'm eternally disappointed in RNG, because I always predict them.
After this, we'll do a bit of a sign-off, because, look, damage is low, because IG at all points in the game had control when RNG drafted for so early on, and New got destroyed.
Like, RNG drafted this comp, we talked about it, right? It had 2 lanes to play around. You play it on top, you play it on bot, you have the hard CC to set up the Nidalee Spear. He elects to gank top early. They do get a bit of an advantage. Then New just starts getting hammered. Kind of tilts as we see him eating forward aggressively many times with no vision. Xiaolongbao on the other side of the map. And we never saw them able to find this play on bot side. Hard to know why, because we were typically looking at top for how much action was there. But point is, weren't able to find out like kills top, weren't able to find those kills bot. Renekton quickly became useless. Pantheon quickly became useless. Xiaohu and Gala didn't even get to play the game, honestly.
I mean, Gala was always on the exit kills, traded his life in most times as well. So
they didn't get to play. Like, they weren't here.
Let's do a bit of a sign-off on RNG, because I want to leave RNG and then talk about Invictus Gaming when we finish off. With RNG, there's been a lot of concerns now. Against Suning, you mentioned. FPX was there. I believe it was against V5 they got slaughtered, where RNG didn't look like they would know what they were doing.
I do feel like we should judge this team on a post-Gala basis, so it is from that FPX series, though.
Okay. So, post-Gala basis, then we saw like a great RNG versus EDG.
Yeah.
Where it was kind of confusing.
It was the opposite. They were losing early game and would decisively win in the late game. It made no sense.
EDG was the RNG.
Yes, EDG was the RNG. Oh, God.
my God.
The multiverse.
But 5 and 6 now is a big concern, because when we have players, or teams rather, like V5 stepping up, Suning stepping up, even like Realms of LGD is a potential in the middle of the pack. RNG, their chance of playoffs, 8 teams. That's a cutoff.
My problem with this team, and it's why I struggle so much to talk about them, even though I talk about them quite a bit, is the fact that they look like they should be in playoffs. Like, they have their skill ceiling is there. Like, And it's not just once every blue moon. It's literally every series RNG has a dominant performance.
Yes.
Every single series.
At least one
And
game.
then it's typically two. Their series do look a lot like this, where they have one game that's a throw, like against FPX, like here. They have one game that's a dominant stomp, and then they have one game where they do nothing, or they get stomped themselves. And again, there's no clear catalyst for why. It's like today it was new. 1 week it'll be Xiaolongbao. One day it'll be Xiaohu. It just doesn't make sense. Their team relies so much on individual skill, and then someone will get punished so heavily, everything falls apart. And that's why RNG is such a hard team to gauge, because they have the skill to be in playoffs. They just are bad.
It's super sad when Gala seems like the successful story of a new 80 carry coming in from DMO, who looks so good.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah.
He goes in.
Even in this Game 3, you can see him trying, and I know you talked about a categorical problem of the team itself, but
Yes.
still seeing Gala as an Uzi-esque is sad to watch the downfall of RNG. 5 and 6 now. LGD's coming up on Friday. DMO is a must-win the Friday after. Then Top Esports towards the end of the
LGD
split.
and DMO are must-wins for
Yes.
RNG. Must-wins.
Otherwise, no playoffs. No playoffs. If they lose those two series, no playoffs. They're 5 and 6, right? That's 11
they'll be
series.
5 and 8.
They have-
I mean, it'll be possible. They'll be able to finish at 8 wins.
5 series left after this.
Yeah. I mean, again, so those two to me are very crucial.
If they lose those, then they'll have
But
8.
that's our sign-off. RNG is a problem. RNG is a confusing problem.
Yeah.
Even RNG doesn't understand how to fix RNG.
The crazy thing is, well, we have a look at a bit of a Ning highlight here, is Invictus Gaming are a success story, but like, they can be all over the place, but then they always find a way to round out a series.
Man, I'm so excited for this team this year. Like,
Again.
exactly. It's kind of becoming a weird Cinderella story where in spring you were hyped for them, then they disappointed you.
They sucked in playoffs.
They sucked in playoffs. They sucked in MSC. And now they're making us believe again they play fun League of Legends.
Stop it.
It doesn't make sense. The macro doesn't make sense. Some of the plays don't make sense. They rely on individual skill. They rely on magic. And it's fun. It's fun to watch. It's fun to believe in.
There's never been a team like Invictus Gaming.
And there never will be.
No.
I truly believe that. There will never be another team like IG.
This is history being made. Like, IG again heading towards the top of the standings, and this is a highlight on Ning because Ning had a great Game 3.
He looked amazing. His
When-
volley bear was on point.
Game 1 or 2 was it where he kind of just ran it down a bit with the Shy?
I think it was game
One
one.
or both?
I think it was
Yeah.
game one. No, it was game two.
Game
two.
two.
The game they won.
Like,
he did not play well.
I mean, Ning is such a big voice on this team as well. One of the left standing members when we have new people like Puff coming in. And
That's the face.
That is the face that explains
Look at
IG
this.
for fun.
Look at
See
this.
ya.
We're in a split where Ning has 7 MVPs. What is going on? Why is this so awesome?
Oh, man.
And,
it's
like-
such a Ning pose.
Like, the fun thing about IG, and I'm going to get very real here.
Yeah.
IG should not beat Top Esports. They should. They should not be able to.
But-
Top Esports is a better team all around. They even like play like IG where they rely on individual skill, but they bring it together as a team much better. But the thing is, you never know with IG what's going to happen. Are IG going to win Worlds tomorrow? I don't know. Are they going to be down 10K against whoever is DRX in the final and then somehow beat them?
Yeah.
It could happen. That's the crazy part.
I mean, the craziest part to me is that, like, we have 4 seeds now, and I'm almost sure in my gut, even though I might not believe it sometimes, that IG will be one of them.
Yeah.
Even if they start falling from here and then they get to playoffs and then they make a run.
In 2019 summer, you did not think they were going to make
They
Worlds.
then went to regionals and were like, Knights going to Worlds. Game 5, the Shy Vladimir, and then IG go to Worlds anyway.
And
they go to semis
They go
against
to semis.
FPX. This league's
This
insanity.
team is
This
crazy.
insanity.
I mean, this team is...
The best part is IG. It feels like the identity of the LPL at this point. There's no, because the way our league plays is very much like people think chaos, skirmishing. You know, they'll use the word fiesta, but IG individual class is the name of their game. So
It's weird. IG to me is definitely probably the most impactful team on the LPL identity, and it's so exciting to see how this story goes forward. And the thing is, the reason why we're so excited and we're so like hyped up about it is, again, if this got derailed at any time, none of us would be surprised.
Yes.
The fact that it's not getting derailed is the more surprising part, and again, I'm excited to see their series in the future.
Yep. Let's talk quickly because I am about to end the show. V5 is coming up on their Monday, Top Esports Sunday, and then OMG Saturday. But V5 and Top Esports next for IG.
Top 2. I mean,
2.
technically right now, they are the first place team. They have 9 series. Obviously, V5 and TS are yet to play that next series.
8-1, 8-2.
8-1, 8-2, so they do have less losses than IG has.
But V5 just beat Top Esports, so coming up against IG.
Then they're going to lose to IG, and then TS are going to beat IG. Let's go.
We got the triangle, and there's our world teams. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching with us. We'll tell you what's coming up tomorrow, or rather, what happened today.
Yes.
So we're built up on a bit of energy. BLG and DMO was a weird warm-up to get into this series.
You just said we're on energy now. There was no energy in that first series.
No.
We talked about guacamole. And in the second series, this was awesome. IG beat RNG. RNG, you're ruining my predictions. I need to stop predicting you.
I want RNG of Game 1, Game 2. That was a lot of fun to watch.
It was, and the thing is, because we won our best League of Legends, and that is like our best League of Legends. So ultimately, though, that's what happened.
All right, well, RNG left in the dust a bit while IG moved to first. They're on a 4-win streak and sitting with our top 3. I mean, this is exciting League of Legends. If you even go down, where should I cut this off? Top 8, top 9, 10. EDG's down there. BLG
and another
today.
thing, if Vici win one more, DMO is out.
Oh, true.
Yeah, DMO, again, only have 5 series left.
If you're wondering, ladies and gentlemen, the bare minimum in the top 8, which is where our playoffs cut off, will be 6.
Yeah.
And DMO won't be able to reach that.
Speaking of Vici.
Hey, tomorrow is how they do it against Top Esports. Vici have looked really surprisingly good.
Oh my God.
With Zika.
Is Top Esports going to be the reverse Rogue Warriors? Is Rogue Warriors going to go on an 8-win streak? Is Top Esports going on an 8-lose streak? But moving on from that, we have a rematch we've gotten twice now at MSC and in playoffs. JDG versus FPX, the grudge match.
Let's go, because FPX were knocked out by JDG in spring semifinals.
Another fight night brought to you by Munchables and Dagda. Actually, I don't think it's a fight night. In my heart, it's a fight night.
It should be a fight night. Either way, it's top spots, and FPX, they just lost to Vici.
Yeah.
So things not looking too red hot there.
No, I mean, FPX are kind of like RNG at the same time, where a lot of their games, they look good, they still lose those games. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Wait, lost to Rogue Warriors, sorry. Rogue Warriors or Vici?
FPX.
Yeah, FPX lost to who recently?
Vici, you just said that.
I did.
I'm just agreeing with you.
Sorry, you should never do that, by the way. Ladies and gentlemen, RNG have lost here today, and I feel like I've cursed them in a little bit. Yep. Lyric, Hysterics, thank you to our English production crew. It's been a fun night. We'll see you tomorrow for JDG and FPX. Even Vici, Top Esports, I think is going to be good. It's bye for now, but not forever. See you tomorrow.